Always makes me feel a little melancholy. A grand old warship being ignominiously hauled away for scrap. The inevitability of time, don't you think? What do you see?
A bloody big ship. Excuse me.
007. I'm your new quartermaster.
You must be joking.
Why, because I'm not wearing a lab coat?
Because you still have spots.
My complexion is hardly relevant.
Well, your competence is.
Age is no guarantee of efficiency.
And youth is no guarantee of innovation.
I'll hazard I can do more damage on my laptop sitting in my pajamas before my first cup of Earl Grey than you can do in a year in the field.
Oh, so why do you need me?
Every now and then a trigger has to be pulled.
Or not pulled. It's hard to know which in your pajamas. Q.
007.
Hello, James. Welcome. Do you like the island? My grandmother had an island. Nothing to boast of. We could walk around it in an hour, but still it was a paradise for us. One summer, we went for a visit and discovered the place had been infested with rats. They'd come on a fishing boat and gorged themselves on coconut. So how do you get rats off an island? My grandmother showed me. We buried an oil drum and hinged the lid. Then we wired coconut to the lid as bait, and the rats would come for the coconut, and plunk, 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 they would fall into the drum. And after a month, you've trapped all the rats. But what did you do then? Throw the drum into the ocean? Burn it? No. You just leave it. And they begin to get hungry. And one by one, they start eating each other until there are only two left, the two survivors. And then what? Do you kill them? No. You take them and release them into the trees. But now they don't eat coconut anymore. Now they only eat rat. You have changed their nature. The two survivors. This is what she made us.
I made my own choices.
You think you did? That's her genius.
Station H. Am I right? Hong Kong?
86 to 97. Back then, I was her favorite. And you're not nearly the agent I was, I can tell you that. Just look at you, barely held together by your pills and your drink.
Don't forget my pathetic love of country.
You're still clinging to your faith in that old woman. Ooh. See what she's done to you.
Well, she never tied me to a chair.
Her loss.
Are you sure this is about M?
It's about her. And you and me. You see, we are the last two rats. We can either eat each other, or eat everyone else. How you're trying to remember your training now? What's the regulation to cover this? Well, first time for everything. Yes.
What makes you think this is my first time?
Oh, Mr. Bond. All the physical stuff's so dull. So dull. Chasing spies. Oh, it's so old-fashioned. Your niece must be killing you. England. The Empire. MI6. You're living in a ruin as well. You just don't know it yet.
Cutthroat razor. How very traditional.
Well, I like to do some things the old-fashioned way.
Sometimes the old ways are the best. Are you putting your life in my hands again?
Holmes already briefed me on the list, raising the tantalizing question of what you're really doing here.
The official directive was to help. In any way I can.
Like spying for Mallory.
You know, Mallory's not as bad as you think.
He's a bureaucrat.
You should do your homework. Gareth Mallory was a lieutenant colonel.
Lieutenant Colonel in Northern Ireland Hereford Regiment. Spent 3 months at the hands of the IRA.
So, there's more to him than meets the eye.
We'll see.
Keep still. This is the tricky part. That's better. You look the part now.
And what part's that?
Old dog. New tricks.
I escaped to America with $10 million of their dollars in gold.
So that's how you financed this operation. It was a good idea to use atomic power. I'm glad to see you can handle it properly. I'd hate to think your decontamination chamber wasn't effective.
My work has given me a unique knowledge of radioactivity, but not without costs, as you see.
Yes. Your power source had our organization puzzled for some time.
They are still puzzled, Mr. Bond.
Not any longer. I sent a complete report.
Bluff, Mr. Bond. You've not contacted your headquarters since you requested a Geiger counter.
But there are so many files open on you already, Dr. No. Our own, the CIA's, the one from the Tong Society that you robbed. When trouble comes, you'll find this is a very small and naked little island.
An expendable little island, Mr. Bond.